conversations from the offensive guys to y'all, just to say, hey, hang in there with us, stick with us, don't give up on us?
Nah, we wouldn't give up on them if it was a lot worse or better. We wouldn't give up on them. Those are our guys. We know what they can do. We know what they can do when it's their time, or when the ball's moving for them and they're at their best. So we're just gonna continue to do our job defensively and try to give them more opportunities in the minus side of the field, like closer towards their touchdown.
Ernest, how difficult is it to kind of regroup? It seems like you've come in here a bunch of times saying, okay, we're desperate, we need to really get together and play well. Is it hard to just kind of buckle yourself up week after week when dealing with that?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's hard. I mean, it's just something you got to come do. It's just one of those. It's a period in our time where we're just everything's just not going well for us right now. So we just you gotta keep going. You know, any given week, it could be your week, it could be the opponent's week. And if we sit here and we continue to dwell on the 6 games we've dropped, then you look up and then you've lost 2 more. So. No, I personally, I'm not thinking about the past 6 losses. I'm focused on Texas A&M and doing everything I can in my ability to get those seniors to a bowl game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how motivating are these last 2 games for that reason?
It's very motivated. I mean, I don't even know if these seniors have ever beat both these teams. So what a way to go out with beating 2 teams you've never beat before.
Y'all look back at the Georgia game and say, okay, that's motivation for us to know that we can go to Texas A&M and we can beat a ranked opponent.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back and look at the Georgia game, you can see where, I mean, when it's clicking for us, we're a really good team, and when it's not, you can see what happens. You go back and look at the Georgia game, and everything just went well that day, and we came out on top. And Georgia's been the best team I believe that we've faced all year. So, you know, you get confidence knowing that, hey, you've beat those guys. You can play and you can do the things necessary to win these big games, and that's what we're going to have to do these next 2 weeks.
People will say, well, you know, this team beat Georgia. How do they struggle against, you know, App State, stuff like that? Do you guys ask those questions too sometimes? How do you kind of analyze game to game?
You sit there and think about it sometimes, but being a football player, you know that any given week it could be your week to lose, and everybody we've played so far has just been good. There hasn't been a team where they didn't have good players or they didn't have certain things go for them, and just those past 6 losses, the other teams have more productive plays and they've made more plays, so they've won the game.
I talked about you probably being the most vocal guy on the defense. So what is your role these next 2 weeks to try to kind of rally the troops on this?
Just stay positive. I'm a positive guy. I really don't get down on myself I'll get down on myself before I get down on any of my teammates, because I just hold myself up to a different standard, and I just know that for me and this team and this defense to be at its best, I have to be at my best, whether it be vocally or just playing. So each week I come out and I'm always the guys that have their head down. I'm making sure they're laughing. Around me, you won't be just this grumpy old guy. No, you're gonna laugh, and you're just gonna be in the moment and be where your feet are, and whatever the goal is at that moment in time, that's where we're all headed towards, and that's just about it.
Harder to do these last few weeks coming on tour?
No, I don't think it's harder. It's just a lot more is needed.
How do you think you've played?
I play well at times. I mean, from the stat stuff, it looks great, but at times there have been times where I've done bad things that have hurt the team and stuff like that on the defensive side of the ball. So,
what do you think you need to improve on specifically?
Overall, just being more confident in myself when I'm out, when I'm just out having to play in space or whatnot, just more confidence. I feel like over these past games that I've definitely improved out there, and that the confidence is coming, but that's just one area where I see myself needing to improve these next 2 games and the off-season and stuff like that.
As a defensive guy, how aware are y'all of the targeting call, of avoiding the targeting call? Is it something that you think about consciously, or is it just
Yeah, so you think about it consciously. Every time you hit an opponent and your helmet hits theirs, that you always get up thinking, okay, well maybe you could possibly out. And even though I don't believe no one intentionally does that, because I mean, that's just we all out here playing this game. We all love playing this game. So I don't feel like there's anybody that intentionally wants to harm this person by hitting them in the head. But if it happens, you're always on edge. Like as soon as it happened and you see the flag come, there's a possibility that you could be gone just because helmet-to-helmet contact has been made.
Do you think it's changed the way offenses play in the middle of the field and the
Yeah.
things that they try to do?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, they don't really too much have to be worried about, because I don't believe you can hit anybody if they're not looking or if they're don't have the ball in their hand and stuff like that. Yeah, defenses, so you can't hit them. So, of course, that's more safety on them. But, with us playing defense and mostly defenders, I mean, if you ask us in the middle of a play, was that player defensive, we wouldn't be able to tell you, because we feel like everybody out there knows what's going to happen, what happens if the ball's thrown your way in the middle or whatnot. So.
Because it used to be a thing, if they're going to come
Oh,
over
yeah.
the middle, you got to make them pay a price for that.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
price was
That price was you gonna get hit, but they done kind of shut that down. So
Is that okay? Does that take away from football to you, or do you understand the logic behind it? So it's
I get the logic behind you want to keep everybody safe, because, like I said before, nobody wants to be purposely harmed out there, because we're all doing something we love. But I believe at certain points that the offense shouldn't be allowed a free pass through the middle, and you're not allowed to hit them until they catch the ball or stuff like that. That's where I kind of get off of the defensive stuff and stuff like that.
Ernest, what kind of a challenge does Kellen Mond present you guys?
Yeah, he's a good player. He has a good arm, and he can make a lot of plays with his legs, and that's what he does. He does a lot of things on the run and makes throws on the run, and then he can also sit back there in the pocket and deliver those balls. So he's a complete player all around, I believe. Schematically, like anybody that we've played.
Yeah, that you played or watched film on.
Missouri, the way Kelly Brown was able to get out of the pocket, and some of the things he did, they're kind of similar. There's different in arm abilities, but they both were pretty good quarterbacks, and we had our hands full. We're gonna have our hands full Saturday, and when we played them, we did as well.
Is there a sense of urgency just knowing that you need to win out in order to be bowl eligible, or is that not really talked about?
Yeah, there's a sense of urgency. With that sense of urgency, I don't believe that we're going to do anything that we haven't done, as far as just, making sure we're in the right spots and defensively doing our job and what we need to do to, get the offense the ball and help us win the game.
Gerard mentioned that was brought up, though, that you guys have talked about that in order to become bowl eligible. How much have you guys talked about that?
Talk about, like,
terms
winning the
of-
next two games?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we've talked about it. Nobody wants to go home after the Clemson game. Not at all. Things haven't worked out right now, and it's obvious we're upset. I don't believe anybody's down on themselves, but there's a sense of that we could have done things better. But with these next two games, we just got to take it week after week, and it'll be a great thing to go out, beat Texas A&M, have a bye week, then go out and beat Clemson, and go to a bowl game.
Regardless of what bowl it would be, what would that mean for this team with all the ups and downs?
That would mean a lot. That would mean a lot. It just show that each week we don't give up. We don't give up at all. Each week we come out and we play our hardest and we play our hearts out, and we fall short. And with that, you come in the next day and you're like, man, we did what we did everything that we thought we could do. I mean, there's certain things where we've messed up, but we did everything we could. And when you come back in the next day and you fell short, then there's a sense of disappointment or start doubting yourself. But I firmly believe in everything we're going through right now is for a reason. Everything we're going through is for a bigger picture and a bigger outcome. So I feel like these next 2 weeks 3 weeks, being that we got a bye week, are going to show the heart and the resilience of this team.
How has this season, the ups and downs of this season, helped you grow as a player?
It's just made me realize that in life, everything's not going to go your way. If you would have told us in the summer or spring that we'd be sitting at 4-6 right now, we wouldn't have believed you. Probably laughed, but that's how things have happened, and we're not gonna sit here and dwell on it. We got to move on. Texas A&M is another opponent, and they're not gonna feel sorry for us. Nobody feels sorry for us, so we just got to go out, and we know each week we're gonna get doubted. Nobody believes in us, and it's been like that from the jump. But we believe in each other, and we believe in the coaches and everything. So we're gonna give it all we got.
How about you personally? How's it helped you grow?
How's it helped me?
Individually?
I believe it's helped me grow a lot. I've become more of a leader, and I think that's something that the coaches wanted to see out of me, and that's something they want from me. Like when everything's going bad, you be that positive guy, and you just keep doing what you're doing, and that's what I've been. I've been positive. It won't be no frowns or no sads or disappointments out of me.
Are you a better football player on the field, you think?
Yeah. I believe throughout all of this, I became a better player, and that's just come with just playing more. I've gotten used to the game and the speed of the game, and everything's slowing down for me, and everything's just it's like being back in Little League again, where you're able to do what you want. So,
Ernest, what's a Sunday like for you? Win or lose, I guess you guys come in and get into figuring out where the mistakes were and correcting that stuff. What's that?
Well, win on a Sunday, we wouldn't come in. So on a Sunday, I'd wake up and probably listen to some church music, and just watch the film from the previous day, and mainly watch what I messed up on, and then I'd start looking at the next opponent. On a loss, we'd come in and we'd watch the film on the previous game, and we'd come in, correct it, and then we'd get a kind of a look at the next opponent. So.
And last year, when you were not playing as much, obviously, were you doing a lot during those Sunday practices with the other guys who were reserves?
I forgot to mention, some Sundays, the younger guys, the ones that didn't play much, we'll have a practice, and we'll just continue to prove. And last year, that's what I did. I just went out there every Sunday, practiced, did what the coaches asked me to do, and to my best ability. And I mean, I'm here now.
Yeah. So it's not like in every Sunday everybody's back out on the field and in pads and all that.
No. So the guys that are pretty much played, they'll do more so correcting the game and stuff like that. And then the guys that didn't too much play, once they go off, will practice and get better and stuff like that. Work on stuff, individual drills or whatnot.
So all that correction stuff's just like in here, I guess, or in
here, and then we go out. We do it on our feet as well.
Okay.
So we'll go to the indoor.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Ernest, outside of you, who's probably been the most vocal guys in the defensive room about just trying to get everyone's spirits back up?
DJ Warnham, TJ, Javon, the JC, Izzy. I mean, we've all been vocal. We know. Defensively, I don't believe we're playing terrible, but I don't believe we're getting the ball out enough. So we're more mainly focused on continuing to do our job and give the ball to the offense a little bit more, give Ryan more opportunities because he's young. He's going to do freshman things. I mean, people have this misconception that he's supposed to be perfect or top guy like some of the freshmen that came in last year and were able to produce. No, he's young. He's going to go through patches in time, and he's going to miss throws, and he's going to do all that. But we're behind him, and we're going to keep going.
Ernest, a little bit off topic, but you guys have a couple of guys on defense with NFL dads. Do you ever, I don't know, make fun of JC or Shiloh? Do they ever talk about?
So we haven't really got on Shiloh too much, but JC, we always talk about JC and his dad. Eldridge and JC have a great relationship, so we always pick on JC about him having season tickets to the Saints games and stuff like that. But other than that, not really.
Those Sunday practices for the younger guys you were talking about earlier, how kind of competitive and fiery do those get?
Those get competitive. Everybody, when you come into a program like this, you want to play from the start. And, you don't, from high school, you don't understand what it takes to play at a level like the SEC. So you're kind of lost. So with those practices, you're able to compete with other guys who are wanting the same thing as you. And it can get really fiery at times, and it can get real competitive.
And those are like thud tempo, right?
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about Ryan being a freshman. When you as a defense are going against a freshman quarterback, what's kind of that like for you? I guess North Carolina, you faced a freshman.
You just got to go in there and try to make them think. If you allow them and you make them think about everything that they're having to do, then it slows them down.
I don't know how much you've gotten to watch of the offense this year playing, but have you seen defenses try to do that against Ryan? Try to confuse him a little bit?
Yeah, I believe they do. They try to confuse Ryan, but he's a smart guy. He sees those things, and over this year I've seen a complete difference in him since he stepped on the field from the first time. So he's definitely improving, and he's going to be a great quarterback.
What do you have to do to get the ball off people more?
You just gotta. I mean, for some people in this league it just happens where they just get the ball, but for us it seemed like we just really have to try, and we really have to do something. You know, just go get it. Per se, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So I guess we have to just go get it more, and with going to get it more, and don't turn into sloppy tacklers or anything like that. So.
With Ryan, you were talking about him and being kind of a younger quarterback. Has it impressed you that he hasn't? It doesn't seem like he's made a lot of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
He has. There have been throws that he's missed, but it's not like he's not throwing a lot of picks. He's not.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's doing a great job, and he's not giving the ball up to the other team. You know, he's done it a couple times, but not too much. Not as much as you would think a freshman quarterback in the SEC would do. So he's doing a great job.